Oreo Express, where truth don't hide and we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's go, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express.
Celebrate our newest launch, Rev 7. I'm bringing you an amazing introductory offer, plus an exclusive overstock sale that you're not going to want to miss. Rev 7 is our premium energy drink that tastes great and gives you energy all day with no jitters and no crashes. That's because there's no sugar and no caffeine. I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7 that for a limited time you can try our 3-pack absolutely free. Or check out our Percale bed sheets. I can't believe I'm even going to say this. Every color, every style, every size, only $29.88. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% on our Rev 7 12-packs or try our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. And our Percale bed sheets, all sizes, only $29.88, even the queens and kings. Inventory is extremely limited, so order now.
That's right, folks. Order now. Head over to mypillow.com, mystore.com. Get American-made product. Help support our platform here. And a great patriot in Mike Lindell. And we thank them for partnering with us. So make sure you head over to mypillow.com. Use promo code Oreo. You'll get substantial discounts. Great savings. And I want to say thank you for everybody being in here. We appreciate you. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of updates in this show. We got some stuff that happened on the university where Turning Point USA is holding its first actual event, college campus event since the assassination of Charlie Kirk. We're going to talk about that. They had the bomb squad out there, everything else. They detonated something. Don't know what it is. We're going to talk about Democrats. They want a shutdown, but they got their talking points. They keep saying Republican members in the House went home. They're on vacation. They want to shut the government down. They forgot to tell you that the House Republicans already passed a clean CR. They're not going back on it. So this is up to you, Democrats, and more and more and more people are starting to understand this is a Democrat shutdown. We also have Trump signing some executive orders. We got some great stuff from our federal law enforcement doing some raids in Chicago, some updates on some people arrested in Portland. Just so much going on right now. I want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in. If you could hit that like button, share this out, we would appreciate it. You guys rock. Let me go through some of the comments really quick. KLM 79's in the house. Chris B, Karen Sunflower, the one I am, old Uncle Bill. And old Uncle Bill's already gifting a subscription. Thank you so much. Let's see who else we got down here. Trina in the house, Sugar Bear. I'm going to skip you all. Karen Sunflower, if I didn't say that. Let me go down to the bottom. Texas Bigfoot, Robert Benji. Let's see, who else did I see in here? Miss Hayes, Pixie, Newfie Guy, Rob Wallace. Thank you guys for being in here. Hasty J's in the house. Appreciate you all. Micro Taz, how are you? So we're going to get into it today. We're going to talk about it. And Chatty Cathy says, I caught you. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. How you doing, Chatty Cathy? Good to hear from you. I'm glad you're in the chat. Let me see if we had some other comments here. We got Carrie's musing. Hello, hello, hello. Cheris Nova. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you all. And Dion J says hello, Josh, over there on Twitch. Hello, hello, hello. Let's pull this stuff up. We still got Democrats triggered about the sombrero video, the AI video that Donald Trump posted yesterday. We showed it to you in the first segment. It was just great. It was just great. Listen to this. Listen to this. They are melting down, folks. They are melting down. Boom.
What does that shameful man do? After a meeting where you're supposed to be working out details, where you're supposed to be negotiating a deal, you post something that draws a sombrero and a mustache on the leader with whom you're supposed to be.
Well, we know you guys are a bunch of clowns. The Democrat Party has turned into one big joke, so let's make a joke out of them. I guess the joke's on you. How about this? Crazy liberal attacked a patriot that was peacefully holding a sign. Literally, this is the left for you. This is a tolerant left. It said, "Stop left on right hate." And I want to play this video. Little did this woman know that the patriot knew Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And you can't see what happens, but you can definitely hear what happens in some of this video. And I caution you, this is not my language. We try to bring you what's truly happening on the streets. So there will be some cuss words in here.
Until Charlie Kirk got murdered, am I right?
I don't. I care about murdering. You know that.
Really?
You know
Okay,
it's.
so did
Do you know it's illegal?
Stand here for Palestine? Did you ever stand here for Gaza? Did you ever?
I don't know what's going on over there, so I'm not going to just blindly
so-
pick a side like
So
you
you
are.
don't fucking care.
I don't know
You
what's-
only care about
So-
people you care about.
You don't know anything about me.
Obviously, you care about what you care about.
I care about someone getting murdered for their freedom of speech. It's a threat to democracy.
Yes, it's sad, but people get murdered with guns
Okay, so
every
then-
day.
so why are you-
So I don't
so
know
why do you
you're
care?
standing on
So
the fucking street.
it bothers you that
Literally-
much?
Yes, because you're literally like
So my freedom of
praising. You're
speech-
praising somebody. You are praising somebody.
It bothers you?
That literally said if his 10-year-old daughter was
He didn't
raped.
say that.
Yes,
He
he,
didn't
did.
say
It's
that.
on camera.
Oh my gosh, you
your
guys
only
are a
response,
joke.
all you Republicans, your only response.
All you Republicans.
Yes, your
Okay.
only response is, "Oh no, he didn't say
So
that."
you think Charlie Kirk deserved to get
I never
murdered?
said that.
So
See
then-
how you guys twist people's words?
Okay, so
See
then.
how you twist
so,
people's words? Get the fuck out.
don't fucking
You want to
touch
touch
my
me? You want to fucking touch me, bitch?
Don't fucking
I'll
touch
beat
me.
your fucking ass.
You really won't. Don't touch
Don't
me.
touch me. You kicked me.
You started
fucking
it.
kicked me.
Listen.
Get the fuck off of me. You fucking psycho.
Are you gonna leave me alone?
Get the fuck
Are
off.
you gonna stop me?
Get the fuck off of
Are you
me.
gonna fucking stop? Are you gonna fucking stop?
Get the fuck off of me.
Get the fuck.
You can hear saying, "Get the F off of me, get the..." That's what happens when you find out you fooled around and now it's time to find out. I wish that camera would have somehow been at an angle that we could just watch. And this is what we deal with all the time when we go out there. I mean, obviously the threats to violence are a lot worse. I told you, you know, we're still going to be out on the streets. That's how we, you know, the only reason we do this is obviously not always is there something going on, but the finances are a little different now than they used to be because of cancel culture. But we are going to be a lot more prepared, a lot more vigilant when we go out, because again, she was holding a sign that said "Stop left on right hate." You know, I love it. We've been to events where it would say, someone would have a sign, "Love Trump's hate," and they would end up hitting people with the sign, folks. You can't fix some things, you know. I pray that they get a come to Jesus moment. And, you know, I am more politically involved than anybody I know. And sometimes I do need to take a break. Sometimes, like when Charlie Kirk, when that assassination, I told you I was on my way to the gym and I prayed because my first thought was, this war Let's go play ball. Let's go play ball. Every man for himself. Let's have fun. And I thought about it and I prayed on it and I got back and I said, violence is not the answer. Violence at this stage is not the answer. Let them riot. Let them burn things down. I mean, you look at George Floyd, billions and billions of dollars of destruction. And you look at Charlie Kirk, billions and billions of prayers for this nation from around the world. Check this out. Here's, let's see, let me pull this one up. Sorry. Again, we're having some issues with this computer. We're going to have to take it down for a day. I want to play with it, see if I can just get it a little better. Speaking of crazies, Ben and Jerry's co-founder, Ben Cohen, engages in an unhinged protest of the Department of War in D.C. using a chainsaw to cut into a model of the Pentagon. These people are just, take a look here.
The Pentagon is planning to spend $2 trillion on a whole. The Pentagon is planning to spend $2 trillion on a whole new generation of nuclear weapons when we can already blow up the entire world 10 times over. So I'm going to slice that out. It's going to take some heavy equipment. Money flying out of that place. Pilot seat, what is it? $50 at Home Depot. The Pentagon pays $10,000. This isn't monopoly money. It's your money. Each year, we could return just about $2,000 to every single taxpayer in America.
Man. These people are just insane. Let me decline there. People are insane, buddy. Absolutely insane. How about this? Tonight, we're going to get into some woke stuff. Tonight, the Loudoun County School Board is expected to approve a proclamation recognize October 2025 as LGBTQ plus History Month and celebrate National Coming Out Day on October 11th. I'll show you the proclamation. It says parents have also shared an email, they say, a Loudoun County elementary school sent about National Coming Out Day. We're going to show you that as well. So this is, I guess, the proclamation. This is October 2025, whereas LGBTQ plus History Month, founded in 1994 by educator Rodney Wilson, honors the history, achievements, and contribution of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people. And whereas this observance provides an opportunity to celebrate the strength, resilience, and impact of the LGBTQ plus community, whose contributions have enriched the cultural, educational, and civic life of Virginia and the world. And whereas during the LGBTQ plus History Month, including National Coming Out Day on October 11th, we celebrate key figures and milestones, knowing that education is the most powerful tool to promote understanding and disrupt discrimination. Whereas Loudoun County Public Schools is committed to fostering equity and belonging, ensuring every student and staff member is welcome into a safe, supportive, inclusive, and affirming environment. Unless one of them goes off the rails, then you're going to be dodging bullets. Whereas we reject discrimination based on gender identity, sexual orientation, and gender expression, and instead affirm kindness, acceptance, and respect as the foundation of our learning community. And whereas our school division is stronger when every student and staff member can live authentically and feels a true sense of belonging, and when we embrace the full diversity of our community, which empowered 96.6% of all students in Loudoun County Public Schools to graduate. You're going to have these folks trying to push this stuff. This has nothing to do with education. This has to do with indoctrination. This has to do with more of the propaganda being pushed. Again, it bragged about 96.6 of all students graduating. I promise you they didn't graduate at the rate, at the education level kids did 12 years ago. I guarantee a lot of those people know more about the LGBT community than they do about math and science and history. That is a promise. And it's just crazy that we see this time and time again. It's crazy. But again, if that's what they want to pull, we also got something else. Speaking of Virginia, Fairfax County Public Schools. This is a little news thing we're going to share with you. Now, did you know that if you have a child, what's up, LA Forgiven? Long time no see. If you have a child and that child's in school, in order for that child to go on a field trip, I know we're going to the pumpkin patch next week. You got to sign a permission slip. I want to ensure the parents know. But that might not be the same if your daughter needs an abortion. Listen to this right here.
Asking about an abortion. They pointed me to a document. Yeah, this story has been spreading like wildfire on social media. A report that says school officials at Fairfax County Centerville High School arranged and bankrolled abortions for girls back in 2021 without so much as a phone call to their parents. The report says 2 pregnant high school girls were involved, at least one of them under 18 years old. I reached out to Fairfax County Public Schools about these claims, and FCPS told me they immediately launched what they're calling a comprehensive investigation into the bombshell claims, and that they take all concerns of student well-being very seriously. I asked whether district personnel ever arranged abortions for students, and if they did so in this case. FCPS said not to their knowledge. I also asked FCPS if it's their policy not to inform parents if a student comes to a teacher or other school employee asking about an abortion. They pointed me to a document that outlines the district's standard operating procedure for that kind of situation. It says, quote, every effort shall be made to encourage and support students suspecting pregnancy to discuss their concern with their parents or guardians. But to be clear, nowhere in that document does it require school staff or even suggest that they contact parents. We will stay on top of this investigation. Check here for updates.
This was going viral
at WJLA.com.
Earlier this week. I can't remember. We're at Tuesday, so probably when I see it, it's probably Monday. And just imagine that. Man, you know it'd be awesome is if those people that did that, and this is true, and a minor had an abortion, that one of those people were charged. Because that person that set that all up, and you might disagree with me, the person that set that up is an accomplice for murder. Fire Captain, what's up, brother? So, I again, just understand what's going on with your children, what's going on with their school. I had a conversation with somebody who is not as conservative as me. Somebody, I'm going to say, more to the rhino side of things. They talk big, but when it comes down to it, and they have a lot of insight. And it was disappointing to hear about the teachers that Clovis Unified are hiring right now. And there's just not good people applying right now, and that's unfortunate. So check this out. This video was from Aaron Cox. Evacuation ordered on Utah State University campus due to a possible bomb threat ahead of preparations for Turning Point USA event. Check out this video here, and then we'll show you some other video. This was obviously the evacuation. Let's see. I'm going to have to refresh this one. Give me 1 second. There we go. Pull this up.
Make sure they know I'm good. That would not be right. Make sure
they've been evacuated out there. Turning Point USA again is holding its first college campus event since the assassination. This is about 2 hours from Utah Valley, which is where the assassination happened. They had bomb squad out there. And then if you take a look at this over here, this was another one, another video. You can hear them say, fire in the hole, and you hear an explosion. Now, they can detonate things that aren't necessarily explosions. I will look to see if there's an update, but I do want you to see this and hear fire in the hole, and then you hear the explosion. I don't know if that means they found an explosive device. Listen to that.
No way.
Let me see, because when I was prepping the show earlier, I didn't find anything else. Let me see if there's an update, if there's a press conference, anything like that. In line at Utah State in Logan, Utah, there's a drone in the air and others standing by. Let's see. Yeah, the event's still going on. Watch. Police yell fire in the hole before destroying the suspicious package. So I guess they just didn't take a chance. Man, you know, we're in some bad times, folks. We are in some bad times. People want violence. People want to intimidate conservatives from not doing events like this, and it's not going to slow us down. We're going to continue. We're probably going to amp it up, right? But I just pray. I do. I just pray that these people realize these are just innocent lives. It's innocent. It's innocent lives, even when it's a party you disagree with. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a left-wing organization. I don't care if it's Planned Parenthood, if it's Code Pink. I don't want nobody to shoot any of those people. I don't want them. If they break the law, sure, I want them charged and prosecuted. Simple as that. But we need, we need a come to Jesus moment with some of this stuff. I think about it all the time. I've got 3 kids. I got 2 that are off on their own pretty much, who go to college campuses and who go to events, who go to concerts. And there's just a pit in my stomach right now that just doesn't feel like good. Speaking of that, there's a Virginia school board member that just compared Turning Point USA student group to the KKK. These are students. This isn't Turning Point. This isn't outsiders. This is the actual students that she is a school board member for. This is the kind of people. I don't want to see anything bad happen to her, but I want to see her lose her job. I'm glad she's being exposed. The TPUSA club at WAHS is having a speaker come to their club meeting during lunch to speak about 2 genders, 1 truth. As a school board member and a proud parent of a trans student, I am beyond livid. In my opinion, this is not a matter of free speech. It's hate speech and has no place in our schools. If the KKK wanted a speaker during lunch, would we allow this as well? I also believe it violates school board policy. If this makes you angry too, then I encourage you to email our school board and the school admin and let them know. when we talk about this, we talk about who's the party of fascist. You want to silence somebody who's speaking what the Bible says. There is only two gender and there is only one truth. That doesn't make you a KKK member. Nope. That makes you far from a KKK, because we know the KKK was part of the Democrat Party. That's no secret there. But I'm going to tell you an example of something I went through. And I had some conservatives upset with me. You guys know I was very active. And I'm very active from the outside in my local school board. I contact them, I let them know some things, and I help out with certain groups behind the scenes. But it's been about a year and a half, probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. There was a group, and it was happening everywhere. You guys remember. There was a group that wanted to start up a, I can't remember what the club was called, but it was a devil worshiping club. And so we have what we call the Good News Bears, which is a Christian-based club for younger students after school. When they get out of class, they can go over to the Good News Club. And it's a really great program. And so when we had all this pushback, they had a group. One of the parents of one of the children wanted to start this devil worshiping or something similar to that. And I was getting calls. And people were saying, Josh, you have to get to the school board meeting. I had like 7 calls. And they all said the same thing. You need to speak against this. And I said, what am I speaking against? The Good News Club? The Good News Bears Club or whatever it's called? No, this other club they're putting on campus. I said, if we cancel that, we have to cancel the Good News Clubs. Well, why is that? Because they both fall under free speech. They both fall under the First Amendment. So you want this? I go, no. But I think whenever you have good and bad, and one thing's godly, the godly thing's always going to prevail. That's what I told people. I even went to the school board meeting, and I said, I don't like the fact. But guess what? They have a right to do it. Because some of the board members were saying, we're just going to cancel all clubs. That will keep them out. So you're going to take away everything from everybody because of one group. And I was strongly against that. And it's just crazy. Miss Hayes says, not much, just a little help. Thank you for all you do. Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Miss Hayes. And you are entered in. If you guys didn't know, we had an incredible raffle going on right now. We're only a couple days away from raffling this off live. Look at this bad boy. Pretty big. Weighs about 6 pounds. It's got 3 coats of clear on it. It's inside. It's laser etched. The Pledge of Allegiance. And I don't know, 3/16 still, maybe quarter. I don't know. But 6 pounds, 6 pounds. That's one of the prizes. And we also got a shirt from our website of your choosing and a poster, a Rest in Peace to Charlie Kirk poster that we got in Phoenix. So if you guys want to get in to that raffle, we appreciate it. We are 100% viewer funded. Pardon me, I got the hiccups. You can do, if you want to, every $10 donation gets you 1 entry. So if you do $30 donation, that's 3 entries. It's how we fund. It's how we get rental cars. It's how we get hotel. It's how we pay the electricity, the lights, the camera, the action, the data. So if you guys do want to donate and get into that raffle, Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, givesendgo.com /Oreo 2024, the Venmo and the GiveSendGo right there. And then if you do mobile or online banking and just want to do a Zelle transfer, we have our Zelle address on our website. Our website is theoreoexpress.com. That's theoreoexpress.com. And you scroll down our homepage, click the Donate Now button, and you'll be in to win, guys. And we appreciate everybody who's entered. I don't know if Renee's in here, but Renee did enter in the last show. So thank you, Renee. And again, you can also do it by doing Rumble rants, just like Miss Hayes did there. So thank you guys, all of you. I appreciate you. So it's just crazy stuff that we're seeing. How about this? The Democrats' talking point. Look at this. Democrats are standing united, ready to fund the government and save America's health care. Republicans left town, refused to negotiate, and would rather shut down the government and rip health care away from millions more Americans. So not true. The Republicans did leave town. You know why? They passed a clean CR. The same thing that Democrats were holding over Republicans' head 13 times under the Biden administration. That's 13 times they said, we just want to extend this. This funding's only for 7 weeks, folks. They need to get back to work in the Appropriations Committee and pass a bill, a long-term bill for funding. But right now, Republicans say, hey, I just want to, we're just extending the deadline 7 weeks. And Democrats are saying, nope, we're going to shut down the government. You also had like Rep. Jim McGovern. Democrats showed up to work. Republicans didn't. While they're laying on the couch, we're fighting to keep government open. No, you're obstructing, you're blocking, and we know this. They were showing pictures in the House today, and Republicans weren't there, and they were saying Republicans ran away. They want the government shut down. No, they already passed the bill out of the House. It's in the Senate now, guys. It's in the Senate, and it's looking like there's probably 95% chance, unless something happens over the next couple hours, in the next 5.5 hours, the government's going to shut down. And remember when Republicans were going back and forth and there was a threat of a shutdown? What did Chucky Schumer and everybody say? This will affect our law enforcement, our border patrol, our armed men and women of our armed services. But now that they want to obstruct, it's a different story. And they're getting called out for it. Watch this one. I just love these people. On
Los Angeles, Southern California. Hey everyone, so I'm here with Luz Rivas, who represents parts of Los Angeles and Southern California. And we're here, it's Tuesday morning, government shutdown happens today. And guess what? Democrats are here. We are all here. We're all here, ready to work. Who's not here? Republicans. I mean, literally, they're not here. They're not here. And offices are locked. The House floor doors are locked. But Democrats are here because we want to help the American people. And we want to keep the government open. We want to keep our federal workers at work. We want to make sure your health care is protected. And we're going to fight like hell. Hey everyone, so I'm here with Luz Rivas, who represents parts of Los Angeles and Southern California. And we're here, it's Tuesday morning, government shutdown happens today. And
it's Tuesday morning, government shuts down. And that's because of Democrats in the Senate. They could pass a continued resolution. Nothing's changed from the current funding that we are sitting at today. Just crazy. Just absolutely crazy. Hold on here. Okay, I was in the wrong spot on the comments. I'm like, oh, what? Where's everybody at? But that's where we're at, guys. Listen to this. You had Frank Luntz on CNN. Listen to this little 1 minute.
We should be concerned about it, and the Democrats should be concerned because they're number.
I wonder what you make of this New York Times Siena College poll, Frank, that shows President Trump's approval rating largely unchanged since April. Yes, but those groups, some of which you just named, that propelled his campaign last year, Hispanic voters, voters under 30, his net approval has dropped significantly. Should he be concerned about that?
He should be concerned about it, and the Democrats should be concerned because their numbers have dropped even further. When you ask about how well Donald Trump has handled some of these issues, he gets lukewarm, mediocre, sometimes even a little bit negative evaluations. But more impactfully for this election, the Democrats are doing even worse. So basically, there's disappointment with the White House. There is annoyance with the Democratic opposition. If you ask me who's in a better position, I would say to you that history says the Democrats should win. But based on where things stand right now, you have to give Republicans the edge, even with a shutdown that could happen tonight.
Frank Luntz, thanks so much for that.
I don't think CNN wanted to hear that. And again, they're going to be taking the blame for this as much as they point the finger. They're going to be taking the blame for the shutdown. It's just absolutely crazy. Rob says, I thought the Republicans have the majority in the House and the Senate. They do. Just in case you didn't know, it takes 60 votes because of a filibuster. So they have 53 yeses, which is every single Republican, Rob. And so if you want to obstruct that, just like the Republicans could have done under Biden, but refused to shut down the government. You can go back and look. 13 times the Republicans said it's not worth hurting America. So now that you're educated, Rob, 60 votes. We need 60 votes. So that means 7 Democrats would have to put America ahead of illegal aliens, and it's probably not going to happen unless they cave tonight. So, and I don't spend here and just sit here and read your questions 24/7. I do the show and I focus on that because we got a lot to get to. So, how about this? Democrats shutting down the government. What's President Trump doing? Signing an executive order accelerating pediatric cancer research for children, utilizing artificial intelligence, and immediately infusing $100 million into the program. This is what winning looks like, folks. This is what winning for the American people look like. Take a look at this. Oh, you're far from a Republican.
I'm thrilled to sign a very historic executive order to massively accelerate pediatric cancer research and harness the extraordinary potential of artificial intelligence to fight this terrible disease. We're going to hook up the artificial intelligence with all of the other things that we have at hand, and we're going to come for answers. And these young children who are just really, some are absolutely better and others are getting better. You're all going to be better very soon. So they won't even need it, I don't believe.
So this was today. This was an executive order signed. Again, listen to some of this. Some of this is pretty touching. Take a listen, man. It's so heartbreaking that these children at such a young age, and we've covered this before, at the numbers that young children are experiencing cancer now like never before. Cancers that were never diagnosed in children are becoming more and more common. Take a listen to this.
Would you like to say something, honey?
Yes. I'm Eleni Myers. I'm 9 years old, and I had a blood cancer called leukemia when I was only 2 years old. I had to get treated at 7 different hospitals across this country, and I had to have 2 bone marrow transplants, one for my dad and one for my mom. And I had to spend many days and the nights in the hospital getting pokies and yucky medicine. And me and my parents were very worried, and I had to go through those 7 different hospitals to find the best treatment that can make me better. And thank you, Mr. President, for making everything happen today. So kids like me and Laura, we can still be living today and speaking.
That's just, and we got another one of those for you over here. She said, "Thank you, Mr. President, for making everything happen today so kids like me can still be living today and speaking." Man, how about this one?
That was so good.
My name is Carolyn Hendricks. When I was 4 years old, I was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, a pediatric bone cancer. 11 years later, I'm now 16 years old, and I'm doing great. What you're doing today, Mr. President, means that kids like me will get better options and so much more hope for the future. This will help doctors use technology to find cures faster, match patients to trials more quickly, and give our families more control over our health. For kids, every day counts. This order shows that our lives matter enough to be first in line for innovation. On behalf of children and young adults with cancer, those still fighting and those in remission like me, and families who wish that they had more time together, thank you for making us a national priority. Mr. President, because of actions like this, kids like me have the chance to grow up, to chase our dreams, and to live full lives. And that is the greatest gift anyone could ever give.
Wow, that was so good. Father could not have done that. You did us a big service, Father.
Yes, sir.
That's great. Where did you learn how to speak like that?
I've done lots of speeches for childhood cancer over the last few years, and I'm also in a theater program, so that
That's
helps a
great.
lot.
Well, good.
That's awesome. Man, it does. I think that gets me the most. Is these poor little innocent children dealing with all this stuff. There was, I think I got something. Did RFK Jr. talk on this one? It talks about this right here is just a short video where Secretary of the HHS, RFK, says that RFK Jr. says that the Trump administration for the first time is researching environmental causes of certain cancers rising in children. And I think we got to take an all hands-on approach for some of this stuff. Take a look at that.
Do they have any idea why that's happening?
We are doing that research at Jay Bhattacharya and research now for the first time. We're focusing on that, in particular colon cancers and these cancers that have suddenly, that never affected children before, and suddenly are epidemic in our children, and we're going to find the causes. They're environmental causes. We're going to identify them and work to eliminate them.
Thanks.
It's amazing that we've never put the effort in. It's kind of like, I don't know. You have some people that say big pharma don't want you to get, they want to treat people. They want to keep them on their medicines. And that's probably why we've never seen this type of research before. We have a different approach now, and I think it's going to be good for the American people. How about this one? Gun Owners of America shared this. The Justice Department just filed a lawsuit against Los Angeles for violating the right to bear arms. DOJ suit was prompted by a civil rights investigation and a Gun Owners of America Gun Foundation lawsuit. We're going to get into this more, but it's the United States of America versus the Los Angeles County Sheriff Department and Robert Luna in his official capacity. I promise you, Harmeet Dillon, the Civil Rights Division will win this. Regardless, I've bookmarked it because we have a long show today. We're about halfway through. I just wanted to let you know that the lawsuit was going on. What else do we have? Oh man, Netflix. I'm not going to show you the videos, but there's a video. I'll put it on. I'll let you listen to it in the background.
It's me. I'm trans, Norma, and everyone at school knows, and everyone at home knows. And being here,
so it's a animated cartoon targeted at ages 7+ on Netflix, and it pushes trans ideology. And so now people again, and we go through this, don't we? Isn't it about once a year everybody's canceling Netflix? We've known this. I mean, Netflix, one of the Main guys at Netflix put in $2 million to gerrymander California and support Gavin Newsom. And there's been a lot of controversy. They are a one-sided group. And but every about year or so, everybody's upset. But this one seems to be getting a little more traction. Matt Van Swole put, just canceled my Netflix subscription. If you employ someone who celebrated the murder of Charlie Kirk and makes content that pushes pro-trans content on my kids, and it's we've canceled your membership confirmation. And the reason why he said that is the person that directs that cartoon, hold on. And just to let you know, Elon Musk reshared that and said, I've canceled mine too. So publicly, Elon Musk has canceled his Netflix account. And if you look at, hold on, pull up. The person that they on Blue Sky, he is the winning creator of this trans show. Posted this. Let me see. I got to clear some of this off. This was in response to Charlie Kirk's death. Why the F are you even commenting on this, dickhead? Your sympathy for any of the families being slaughtered by your weapons, but a random Nazi gets shot and it's a public statement. You're such a effing evil S-word. So no surprise there that people that want to see assassinations and conservatives get shot would push this trans cartoon on 7-year-olds. This is what we call, there's a word for that, groom. And this is what these folks like to do. These folks are very, I would say, disturbed, need some help. Even Leading Report put this out there today and said, breaking, Elon Musk announces he is canceling his Netflix account after it was revealed that the platform is carrying shows pushing pro-trans ideology on children. And I didn't have this up, but let me pull up. Libs of TikTok just went buck wild, pulling up numerous shows, and I'll show you that pushes this stuff. Everybody's replying, saying, take a look at this. I'll just show you on her screen. Cancellation, 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 cancellation. And then there was some stuff. Look at all these cancellations up here. Holy cow, we're going through a lot that she is just putting on there. But she did, if we could get down to it, if we get through these cancellations. Oh my God, Coco Melon Lane, a Netflix show for children, showcases a little boy in a dress dancing for his 2 gay dads. There was all kind of this stuff that she was putting out there. And again, your choice. But a lot of people are canceling Netflix. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, so they had some hearings. Some of the hearings today on Capitol Hill were about the crime, and there were some people that got grilled there. You'll laugh at some of it. There was people just pleading that we actually stay strong on crime, and there was also another hearing. I don't know how many videos I have of that, but had to do with TSA. With TSA and some other stuff of that nature. Check this out. A grieving grandmother calls out DC unjust sentencing policies. Take a listen.
They act like he shot my grandson in cold blood 7 times. And they didn't consider that as first-degree murder. They act like we would be lucky if we got manslaughter. The bottom line is that murder in D.C. is treated as a joke when it comes time to justice. He shot my grandson in cold blood 7 times.
That's just hard to hear, guys. That's just hard to hear. And then you had some of the justice reform folks up there as well, the ones that do that. But I like Mr. Grassley. Listen to what he says, and it's all facts. Take a listen to this. We've been telling you this for a while. Democrats love crime.
Missed a key data point when they assert that the most violent cities are in red states. Almost all of those cities are run by Democrat mayors. Axios reports that of the 20 cities with more than 100,000 residents and the highest murder rate, 19 have a Democrat mayor. President Trump is willing to work with these mayors, but they keep turning down the offer for help, despite the fact that President Trump's efforts are working in places like D.C. and Memphis.
So there you have 19 out of the top 20 with over a population over 100,000. 19 out of the 20 run by Democrats. It's a pretty high number there. Pretty high number. Listen to this. Listen to this. I think you guys will get a kick out of Josh Hawley. Listen to the question. And it's funny. It's just about wokeness and these NGOs that are getting all kind of money from the government.
Approach is defunding the police, which is what this says.
The entire time.
This is so typical of what the Democrats do now. After your policies have transparently failed and led to the deaths of millions of Americans, now you say you've never heard of defunding the police. Your own report recommends it on page after page after page. Let me ask about something else you say. Here's what you say we ought to invest in. Instead of funding the police, here's what we ought to invest in. We need to invest in programs that acknowledge the need for safe space initiatives led by lesbian, gay, bisexual, two-spirit, trans, and gender nonconforming people. What's two-spirit?
Well, look, I don't know exactly. You guys are pulling some interesting quotes.
This is from your report.
If you look at the report, the focus is on investing in violence intervention, outreach workers.
What is you say that you shouldn't invest in the police, but we ought to invest in two-spirit community programs that acknowledge two-spirit individuals.
We are not going to discriminate
what is that?
We're not going to discriminate against any nonprofit that
what
wants
is
to
a
help us
two-spirit?
prevent violence in
What
our
is
community.
two-spirit? You say don't fund the police, but do fund programs that create safe spaces for two-spirit people. What is? I just want to know. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is.
Well, I honestly, I'm not completely aware of the language or
you
the
wrote the
spirit of how that was
report.
written. But what I'm telling you is that what
is a two-spirit individual? I mean, really, this is your policymakers' playbook. You are the witness called by the Democrats on this committee, so I assume you reflect their views.
Well,
you don't want to fund the police. You want to fund safe spaces for two-spirit individuals. What is a two-spirit person?
I feel like I'm looking at a two-faced individual because you talk about reducing
Oh, no, sir.
violence.
You're looking at somebody who's reading you your own words, and I'd like to hear an answer.
Programs.
Here's the answer. The answer is you don't have any solutions. You want to invest in gobbledygook and take away money from police officers who actually keep our communities safe, and when you're called on the record, you deny it.
Boom. He doesn't even know. Again, that's what those NGOs verbiage, they just put it out there because this will sound great for my Democrat friends and the radicals on the left, and I'll get rich while we defund the police. Just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. There was another one in a different hearing. I think this was on the crime. This was over. This had to do with the TSA meeting they had. Take a listen to this. It's a little bit longer, but take a listen.
Mr. Biffle, if I could just start with you. About 9 months ago, your chief commercial officer testified to me that Frontier pays its gate agents bounties to stop paying customers from carrying bags onto the plane. Is this still happening?
Not at the rate it was. We changed.
Well, wait. What does that mean? So are you still paying your gate agents to stop your customers from carrying bags on? You were paying them at least $10 every time you'd stop a paying customer from carrying on a bag, your gate agents to get paid for it. Is that still happening?
we do offer incentives and commissions, to stop people who didn't pay, not who paid, who didn't pay.
No, you are paying your gate agents, so it sounds like you're still doing it. You're still paying them money to harass customers from bringing bags onto the airline by saying it's too big or doesn't fit in a little box or whatever the case may be. You're still doing it. That's your testimony today? Why?
I don't know that I would describe it that way, but we do provide incentives.
Why would you pay your own employees to harass your customers? Why is this good business practice?
Unbundling enables us to offer low fares. And the lower fares, many people could not afford to fly if they didn't have the lower fare option. But in order for the system to work, everyone has to be treated fairly. And when people then, a small percentage.
Wait a minute. Why are you paying your agents? This is going to be the only business in the world I have heard of that pays your people to harass your own customers. These are customers who have purchased a ticket. They have a carry-on bag, and you're paying your people at the gate to stop them and say, your bag is not quite right. It doesn't fit in this. We heard testimony. The Permanent Select Committee in this Senate has done a thorough investigation of this. We heard testimony from numerous of your customers saying they were wrongly stopped and harassed. There's no appeals process. There's nothing. You're making gobs of money on it. You generated $40 million in fees on this, according to your own data. That's amazing. And you're still doing it. I mean, in what world is this defensible?
It's fair.
Is fair to whom?
Well, you continue to insinuate that they paid for their bag, and they did not pay for their bag.
They paid for a ticket that allows them to have a carry-on bag, and you're paying your agents to harass them to stop them from carrying it on. You know, only other airline I know of, Spirit, was doing this, and they stopped because they said it was a terrible experience for the customers. Your customers hate it. This is one of the reasons they hate to fly. I can't believe you're still doing it. How much money have you made on it this year so far?
Considerably less, if you'll let me speak. What we did is we introduced the new frontier. We have very simple branded choices, complete transparency.
Wait a minute. How much? First of all, you're not a victim here, Mr. Biffle. Okay, you are making billions of dollars, and you're treating your customers appallingly badly. And the fact that you are still paying your employees to harass your own customers, I think, frankly, is unconscionable. I said this 9 months ago. I thought for sure it would have stopped by now, but I can't believe you're still doing it. So I don't feel sorry for you one little bit.
Oh, man, they went after him today. And again, I wouldn't want to be in that seat. I wouldn't want to be. It's bad enough for those of us who fly and travel a lot. We were traveling all the time at one point. I guess there was a day and an age when travel was simple, when every little thing you do wasn't just another dollar, or they tried to tell you do this or do that. He just handled it. We just got through speaking about crime, though. Breaking, the Louisiana governor, Jeff Landry, has officially requested 1,000 National Guard troops to be deployed to patrol high crimes areas. Initial deployment includes New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and Shreveport, Louisiana. Democrat governor, this is one of those things. Trump says, hey, if you're in a high crime place, let's get this. Let's make your community safer. We can work with your law enforcement. We can do it. We can do it as a team and make your community safer. And that's what Jeff Landry, the governor of Louisiana, is doing. I think that's epic. Check this out. This was from Viva Free. You guys remember Viva Free? You guys remember when Sean Foyt was doing one of his things and a guy ran up and threw a smoke bomb on stage at him at a church? In a religious gathering in Montreal, Canada. Remember that? It says, it looks like The Voice, Alexa, and Rebel News Online found the alleged perpetrator And get this, he works for the federal government and national defense. And he has strong ties to Antifa. And it says, which might explain why Quebec and Canadian authorities were unable to track him down. Take a look at this.
J'ai quelques questions pour vous, Monsieur Lepage. Est-ce que vous pouvez me...
Let me take this off here so you guys can see the actual words, so you can read it.
J'ai quelques questions pour vous, Monsieur Lepage. Est-ce que vous pouvez me... C'est-vous sur cette machine, Monsieur Lepage? Avez-vous des liens avec les antifas?
Est-ce que je ressemble à quelqu'un puis que j'ai réussi à être une enquête citoyenne, là, quelque chose de même, mais...
Look at
Ah ouais, décolle! 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 Hey, c'est quoi ton problème? We found the thug who allegedly smoke bombed a Christian worship service, and he appears to be linked to an Antifa cell operating within Canada's Department of National Defense.
that is, you know, I didn't think, I didn't think that Antifa existed, but I just find that I'm not shocked by it. It makes perfect sense. Last week, we covered the fact that Des Moines Public School District had a superintendent making almost $300,000 a year who had was an illegal alien, was given a deportation order under President Biden, and also when he was picked up, had a gun on him and ran from law enforcement. Now, some more's coming out. He also lied about having a doctoral degree. It says a university spokesperson told the Des Moines Register on Monday that Roberts did not obtain a degree from the school. So this school district had a complete fraud as superintendent. And I just want to show you something else. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. He was also a registered voter in Maryland, where he did receive mail-in ballots in Maryland. And then I want to show you what Democrats celebrate. And if you want to see Democrats pat themselves on the back for a job well done, I'm going to show you this right now. The activists they have created at a young age in school. It's sad. Take a look.
On your screen right now, live pictures of students walking out of North High School in Des Moines, Iowa, rallying behind a superintendent recently detained by ICE. We are told that some middle schoolers were also brought over to join in the walkout. This happening about an hour after Dr. Ian Roberts resigned his position. He was accused and is accused of being in the United States illegally with a past gun charge and probably a current gun charge as well, and was given a final order for removal last year. Let's bring in Iowa Republican Senator Joni Ernst. Senator, how does this happen?
Oh my gosh, John. Okay, so this is hypocrisy at its best. We have an illegal alien who has been allowed to exist here in the United States, even after a final deportation order. And not only that, but hold a very prominent position with the Des Moines public school system as their superintendent. And he also had that previous gun charge, as you mentioned, and now has another gun charge, $3,000 cash, just floating around in a school vehicle, and a hunting knife. So yes, it is hard to understand why the left is supporting this gentleman when he has broken so many laws here in the United States of America.
We should point out that it is a federal offense for a person who's in the country illegally to be in possession of a weapon.
Yes.
As you point out, there's that charge from back in 2020 and
2020, and now another charge, and you have children walking out of school. Again, some of this could have came from the parents. They could have parents that just hate America. They want illegals to take American citizen jobs. that there's those folks out there. They want to see this country destroyed and destroy everything that is conservative. But I just find it incredible that this is where our youth has gone to. And this isn't all the youth. I'm not putting them all in there. But for you to walk out of school because an illegal alien that now has multiple gun charges broke the law, lie about his degree, had a deportation order, and you're going to, and again, they're probably better off walking out than staying in that classroom with some of those teachers that support what they're doing. This is not
body camera.
This is not an organic rising up of these students. This is coached and pushed by the teachers union and these teachers that are in the classroom. How about this? A little update. We talked about Rep. LaMonica, the one that attacked ICE officers when they stormed the detention facility in New Jersey, right? Well, the judge presiding over that case has just released more body cam footage, and it clearly shows her attacking federal officers. Take a look at this.
Development in the prosecution of a New Jersey Congress. A district judge has now released several body camera videos showing these events last May when a group of Democratic officials, including the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, tried to enter an ICE facility. And Congresswoman LaMonica McIver, there in the red, was charged with allegedly assaulting federal agents as the officers attempted to detain.
Did you see that one there?
The mayor of Newark, New Jersey, tried to enter an ICE facility. And Congresswoman LaMonica McIver, there in the red, was charged with allegedly assaulting federal agents as the officers attempted to detain the mayor. McIver has pleaded not guilty and is seeking to have the charges dismissed. Let's bring in MSNBC legal correspondent Lisa Rubin and MSNBC legal analyst, former federal prosecutor Paul Butler. So, Lisa, we showed a little snippet of this footage, but break it down for us. What do we see? How does it shine light on the case and the prosecution?
So we have seen other angles of the skirmish involving Congresswoman McIver before. The real import of some of this footage is what happened before HSI and ICE agents went to arrest Newark Mayor Ras Baraka, which is when she got involved in a physical altercation with them. And what happens then, Anna, is we hear an HSI agent, the same HSI agent that LaMonica McIver is accused of assaulting in the indictment, say on the phone, essentially, that he is prepared to go cuff Mayor Ras Baraka. He then gathers a number of officers around him, tells them that the plan is that he is going to walk outside the gates where the mayor has already walked to get himself outside the property, that he is going to put handcuffs on.
Doesn't matter. They're trying to make an excuse for this woman. More body. I like the fact that the judge released more body cam showing her actually physically assaulting, and the other guest will sit there. We're not going to watch the whole thing. Say she didn't assault anyone. You know, if that person was wearing a MAGA hat, if that person was me or you, there'd be nobody sticking up for us. MSNBC would be like they did about the Covington kid. Remember? Our Kyle Rittenhouse trying to defend himself. How about this? This was another one that came out as we get into immigration, border, and some of the federal stuff going on right now. Director of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service just announced that his office found many examples of immigration fraud in Minneapolis. I thought that Minneapolis, if you don't know where Minneapolis is, it's called Little Somalia. Take a look.
You mentioned that some of this should have been caught earlier in previous administrations. What wasn't being done in your view that should have been done?
I can't hear the question.
You're aware of the CHNV, the parole programs that the previous administration was involved in, bringing people in. People here were allowed to sponsor individuals to come in from certain countries. As I said, we found organizations here that were involved in sponsoring many individuals. They did not know necessarily the individuals they were sponsoring. They were doing almost a blanket sponsorship. That is fraud. That's something that should have been caught. It's something that I know the previous administration was aware of how the sponsorships were happening, and no action was taken. I'm glad to see that we're taking action.
Well, I want to see real action. We talked about this when we were working the border. This is nothing new. It's new that we actually have an administration and the director of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration coming out and saying it. But those people that were involved in those NGOs, those organizations, I want them held accountable. I want them arrested. I want them charged, and I want them to serve time. That we need to hold people accountable. When people see these folks come out there and talk is talk, and then we don't hear anything about it, it doesn't scare anybody from continuing to break the law. They know they're going to get away with it. We need to see justice. And one other thing I forgot to do when we were talking about the illegal from the Des Moines superintendent. Check this out. This was released a little while ago today. The Justice Department Civil Rights Division has opened an investigation in Des Moines Public School over race-based employment practices just days after the arrest of their superintendent for being in the country illegally. DEI initiatives and race-based hiring preferences in our school violate federal anti-discrimination laws and undermine educational priorities. School districts must seize these unlawful programs and restore merit-based employment practices for the benefit of both students and employees. I want to see people do time, though. I want to see people do time. How about this? A 26 riot suspect has been federally charged in Portland. Thomas Plancart Benson, 37, was charged with felony assault of a federal officers at the Antifa riot on September 27th. It says he tried escaping but was found, caught, and carried into the ICE building to be identified. Like all the other federal suspects before him, a liberal federal judge released him without bail. And this is the DOJ, or the United States Attorney's Office, DOJ website that shows this. It says what he has been charged with, and goes on from there. So hopefully these people will get some decent jail time, give them time. And then how about this? I shared this on X last night. It says, I posted this. FBI just arrested 4 illegal aliens in a residence near the Portland ICE facility. One of the subjects allegedly pointed a laser at a CBP helicopter. When they went to the home, they got 4 for 1. The suspect, an illegal alien, and 3 other illegal aliens in the house. And I don't think I have the video of it, but you can see this is the picture of the laser, that green dot right there that's shining up. This was from the helicopter that night. And there's a better one. I just don't have it, but this is where it pinpointed to. So imagine that this idiot was shining a high-powered laser at the aircraft, the helicopter in the air. They have some pretty good technology, was able to identify where that was coming from. FBI went in there to investigate, and the guy wasn't illegal, and so was 4 of his roommates. And it says FBI Portland and our federal partners from FPS DHS and HSI Seattle searched a residence associated with the subject who is alleged to have aimed a laser at a CBP helicopter conducting law enforcement activity over the skies in Portland, as well as another aircraft in the area on 9/27. So hats off. Illegals keep shining lasers at helicopters. It's part of the find out. I wanted to show you this really quick. This is, again, we've talked about the Maryland man, the California man, anybody that's done horrible stuff. Instead of calling them what they are, like a human trafficker, MS-13 gang member, Channel 4, WSMV, says 57-year-old Nashville man, they put Nashville man, admits to sexually assaulting 3 girls under the age 18. Nashville man, that's what we call illegal aliens these days. He was previously deported. He's from El Salvador. He admitted to molesting a 12-year-old, and he's been in a 12-year-old in Nashville for 5 years. And this is what the media calls him, a Nashville man. Take a look at that. It's you don't hate the legacy media enough. And just sickening. Just sickening. Now, what else do we have as we come towards the end of the show? Check this. This happened early this morning in Chicago. We have a surge in Chicago. Roughly 300 federal agents and officers descended into a 5-story apartment complex in Chicago's South neighborhood, where Border Patrol chief says the violent Venezuela gang Tren de Agua has been operating. Preliminary report shows the teams arrested around 3 illegal aliens, some of them suspected of TD to be in TDA. Take a look at this. All the same things, military-aged males, just like we seen coming across the border.
¿Cómo se llamaba? Ok, gira derecho. Gira derecho. Ludwig. Sí. Jean-Pierre Parrafero.
So that's awesome. They also, I watched another or read another article where some of them did have tattoos identifying them as TDA gang members. And check this, CNN went and interviewed a cartel member. And they asked him, do you think what President Trump has been doing is making your job tougher? They had it so easy under Joe Biden. They were making more money off smuggling illegal aliens than they were off drugs. They were human traffickers. And now that Trump's put an end to that, take a listen to what this guy says.
Do you think what President Trump has been doing has been making your job tougher?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
But it's becoming more difficult, you think?
Yeah.
That's what I voted for. That's what I voted for. And again, that we won't get credit for that. Trump won't get credit for that. The people that voted for Trump, again, he's just an evil man. Let me see if there's anything I'm missing before we close out the show. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Federal shutdown imminent. The bill keeping the government open can no longer get 60 votes, making passage impossible unless multiple Democrats flip. The Schumer shutdown is upon us. Let's see. Let me actually see something. Give me a second. See if they got something going, and we'll show you that. So the last vote was 55 to 45. So they got 2 Democrats on there. I don't know the name of those Democrats. So we'll see how long they go through this. And we'll go from there. If you guys haven't seen yet, or if you guys want to get in, now's your time. At the end of this week, Friday morning, we won't be doing a second show on Friday, thanks to some great patriots Chris and Leslie gave us some concert tickets for the fair on Friday afternoon, so our evening. So we're going to be going to that. But we will be holding our raffle that morning. So if you guys want to get in, check this out. This is a nice laser cut piece of steel. Take a look at that. It has the Pledge of Allegiance in there. It weighs about 6 pounds. It is an awesome, one of my favorite raffle items that we've done so far. And again,
Senator from Kansas.
also a
Mr. President, thank you.
Charlie Kirk Memorial shirt.
For
And also a poster of Rest in Peace Charlie that we got in Phoenix, Arizona. Those 3 items. If you guys want to get in, this is how we fund ourselves. We are 100% viewer funded. Your donations is what keeps the light on, keeps gas in the tank, keeps the data flowing. So if you guys want to help out, we would appreciate it. Every $10 donation gets you 1 entry. If you do $30, you get 3 entries. $50, you get 5 entries. And once again, we appreciate everybody who has contributed over the years. You can do it at Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, GiveSendGo.com/Oreo 2024. And if you do mobile or online banking and want to do a Zelle, you can do that. Again, at the end of this, in about 1 minute, the Zelle address is going to come up on the screen along as well as our other donation platforms. And order. Somebody did a printful order. Awesome. Michael Leader, Michael L. Got 2 entries in earlier in the show. And then Renee O. got some entries in the last stream. Let's see something. Let's see. Kathy Richardson, thank you so much for buying the We Are Charlie Kirk shirt. I appreciate you, and thank you for supporting the Oreo Express and our store online. So again, guys, here is the ways that are going to come up on your screen that you can enter and have a blessed evening. If anything breaks tonight, we won't be able to go live until after 8. We got church, so appreciate y'all and have a good day.
The Oreo Express, where truth don't hide and we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land.